Hello, it's Adam and Sam from Cultaholic.com here with your morning slice of wrestling news. How you doing, Sam?
I was filthy.
Thank you very much. I get that a lot.
4 days off, mate. You haven't skipped a beat.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Lots and lots has happened this weekend. We're going to run down some of that stuff, including the reason for CM Punk's return.
I just heard about
pro wrestling.
What?
Let's get on with it. As I say, first off, we will take a look at the potential reason for CM Punk's return to an indie show in Wisconsin. We'll also take a look at the 3 character changes from last night's episode of Raw. And despite the Superstar Shakeup happening last week, 4 superstars have switched brands. We'll take a look at those. So as you have no doubt already seen, CM Punk reportedly, it's not confirmed, but made his return to MKE Wrestling. It was him. We saw a picture of CM Punk with a hoodie on, and then the same hoodie appeared in the ring, covered up. It was CM Punk, and he hit a GTS.
This is huge. This is massive.
It is big. It's a weird one. It's a very, very... Apparently, this isn't the first time he's done it. Back in 2015, he appeared at another independent promotion in a druid outfit. Maybe he's been doing this all along. Maybe he's Sin Cara.
Yeah. He wears the full suit. You won't see any of the tattoos. Grand Metalik.
Confirmed. But we now have the reason behind this, or the supposed reason behind this, I guess. So Silas Young, who of course worked with Punk in Ring of Honor.
Silas Young's great wrestler.
Tremendous. He appeared on the Busted Open radio show, and he didn't say it was Punk, but he discussed why, if it was Punk, which it was, why he might have made that appearance. He said, it made sense with the match being Ace Steel and having Dave Prazak involved.
Right.
Those 2 guys are longtime friends. They broke into the business together. He would add that Punk wasn't in the building during the show, but rather sitting and waiting in a car and left immediately after the spot. And apparently this comes down to Punk. He used to wrestle in this venue, and it's being demolished next month.
Oh, that's really sweet, actually.
It is quite sweet,
quite
isn't
nice,
it?
Yeah. But I just imagine him sitting in his car getting hyped because he's not going to have his music. He just sits there, and just as he's slowly pulling on this mask, just plays Cult of Personality really loud. Just on his phone. Just one solitary tear rolls down his cheek.
I think what people would be hoping that we were going to say there is because he realised that he really bloody loves wrestling and maybe he wants to come back.
This is it. This is a huge thing. Massive repercussions.
But apparently it's not that.
But no, if he's gone into that ring, you can't tell me he didn't feel something.
MKE Wrestling. Nothing wrong with MKE Wrestling, but it's certainly not the return that we thought we may see.
But I mean, it's not the return we thought we may see, but what could it lead to? And if that crowd knew it was him.
Which they didn't.
Yeah, but...
It wasn't the best go to sleep that I've ever seen either. But no, I mean, it's one of those fingers crossed things. And it's an interesting thing, just because Punk has been so vehemently anti-return, to see this in some way, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying, maybe he feels like it's time. Maybe it's the whole thing. Maybe it's gonna happen. Maybe we're gonna have him at a bigger company.
Yeah, well, All Elite, apparently he was the one go-to.
The one thing that would save Ring of Honor.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
In these current dark times.
I don't think they could afford him. I really don't think that. I think All Elite could afford him, and he was the first name mentioned.
Sinclair, the company that owns Ring of Honor, are worth a lot of money, more money than Vince even, I think. So they could probably spring for him, but it's at that point you've got one guy carrying a company. So.
Yeah. It's fueled huge amounts of speculation.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't think this is going to lead to anything. I don't want to get anyone's hopes up. Not that I know.
I'm going to be hopeful. I'm going to be really hopeful.
I'm hopeful as well.
Eventually be horribly heartbroken, but I'll be hopeful.
Next up, there were 3 character changes on last night's Raw. Let's start with the big one.
This is my favourite thing I've seen in a long time.
I thought it was fantastic as well. Bray Wyatt appeared in a pre-recorded video segment where he was playing Steve from Blue's Clues, right?
Firefly Funhouse, right?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah. And he took a chainsaw to the old Bray Wyatt cardboard stand. He's still available on WWEshop.com.
He called himself, was it Fat and Lazy as well?
Yeah, right. Yeah. He is still Bray Wyatt. He said that I used to be a very bad man, and then they piped in a load of kids going, Boo! But trust me, I've been barbarically punished for all of my wrongdoings, and that part of me is dead now. So it sounds like, if you've not seen this, it sounds like it's a babyface turn. It's absolutely not.
No.
It was so creepy.
He has these gloves, and one says hurt and one says heal or help. And so, like, he listens to the hurt glove, and you hear whispers, and then he cuts his old self in half.
I think
it's fantastic. I think, like, there's always been something really creepy about kids' TV presenters. Like, they're all, like, smiley and super nice, but at the same time with Bray Wyatt, like, when he's being smiley and super nice, you can tell that it's still just bubbling away under the surface. And, like, you catch a lot more, sort of, in terms of, like, being culty, you'll catch a lot more people with honey than you would with vinegar. So, like, yeah.
Well, I like that. I've never heard that expression before. Yeah, I mean, I'm very excited about this. There's a subtlety to it that we haven't seen with Bray Wyatt before. And the original Bray Wyatt, whether it be down in NXT or on the main roster, that character had legs. Yeah. If they had actually booked him to win, sometimes but it could have been really great. The whole thing
was like everybody wanted good moments for Bray, and yes, he held the title, and it was just he never seemed to be able to win a feud, like a main feud against a big guy. And had he just been able to do that a few times, I think it would be a very different situation right now. But to be honest, I'm liking the sort of weird brother lovey aspect of it, where there's something a bit more going on. Like, because obviously Brother Love was all preaching Christianity and like being nice and stuff, but you could tell under the surface he just wanted your money.
Oh yeah, he's just like horrible.
So like, I think there's that aspect of it which I really like.
Absolutely, as I say, it's the subtlety, and we've all been ragging on the silly
puppets, but it makes so much sense.
It does. Mercy the Buzzard, and I think it was Pammy the Witch. It's not Sister Abigail, it's Pammy the Witch, like that creepy little doll.
Yeah, and the Buzzard, and was there another one?
No, it's just those two, I believe. Just a load of creepy tat around. Yeah. But actually it seems to be making sense, and it's one that I'm excited for.
He's rocking that pair of chinos.
He's looking in amazing shape as well. Yeah, he's really trimmed down. He's all muscle now.
Yeah, his hair's like blonde now. He's shaped the sides right down. Like he looks completely different. Like it's good. It's really good, because at some point this is going to bubble over into something horrible, as long as they don't drop the ball with it. Because if he turns into just a general kids TV presenter, it's going to get bad. Like, starts gunging people backstage and laughing about it. Like, no.
I sort of want to see that now. That wasn't the only character change. A huge name change, as Bobby Roode is now Robert Roode. Lots of people upset about this. He was Robert Roode for a long time in TNA. Long time. He looks a bit like Silas Young, and he's got a moustache. He looks like your dad, basically.
Yeah. I mean, like Silas Young's whole last real man shtick, I love that. Maybe if we could see some of that. Not directly lifting it, but some of that with Robert.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a sort of a more intense version, I would say, of his NXT glorious Bobby Roode. He's heel again. He talked about dropping the dead weight of Chad Gable.
He's so good as a heel.
He's a bad babyface. Yeah. That's what it is. I've never been that into him.
He's just got that look. He just looks like a dick.
Yeah.
Like, he's just got that, like, the way he can just make himself look like he thinks he's better than everybody is, like, so good, so good.
So he did a backstage promo talking about dropping the weight. Chad Gable is now no longer on Raw. And then he beat Ricochet later in the night with a glorious DDT.
Nice.
Which is, I think pretty cool. And hopefully, they will just have him be, that more intense version of a character that actually was really good. I was never into the matches that much down in NXT with Bobby Roode. The character's great. Yeah. The theme's great, obviously. Yeah. And finally, I said that Bray was the biggest one. It's not. The Viking Experience are no more after just 1 week.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
The Viking Experience.
I've got it tattooed on my chest.
Wouldn't even surprise me. They are now the Viking Raiders. Thoughts?
I mean, like, good on yous for changing it this quickly. Just roll on and pretend it never happened. I mean, like, Jorvik apparently had never seen that much social media interaction.
Oh, good. Well, this has helped somebody.
For at least, Jorvik got something out of it. But, like, the Viking Experience just smacks of, like, we can't think of anything quickly. Just put something together, get out there. And it's like, they're supposed to be two big scary men. Like, the Viking Experience makes them sound like, it's just LARPers on the weekends, going out in the woods and, I hit you, no you didn't, yeah I did, you dead.
The Viking Raiders sounds fine.
Yeah, it sounds
it's
really
not great.
Cool.
It's no War Raiders.
I would have preferred the Berserkers.
Would you over the Viking Raiders?
I think the Berserkers sounds like, because berserkers in those times were like people that would get like loaded up on booze, and they were huge, and they would get like out of their head and then get bloodlust and go wild. And I think like if you booked them as mega like monsters, the berserkers would work really well. But then it harkens back to the Berserker, who was a little bit,
John North, was it?
Hammy character.
He was a good wrestler,
Yeah, good wrestler.
He was a hammy character, that's for sure. Apparently the reason behind this is down to something that we have to battle with every single day, and it's YouTube monetization and it's ad partners.
Really?
The word war is a flagged keyword. It's not a flagged keyword, but it's a keyword that will lead to demonetization
it's completely
on
understandable.
YouTube.
Like I think like I didn't like the name War Raiders when I first heard it. It took some time because I was so used to War Machine.
Yeah.
So it did have to change. It was probably always going to have to change for the main roster, but yeah, like Viking Experience, I'm just happy that it's now Viking Raiders. It sounds a lot more proper.
Absolutely. They would have just dealt with weeks and weeks and weeks of ridicule had they not done this.
Yeah.
They made the right decision. Maybe it's not the best name in the world, but it's a hell of a lot better than the Viking Experience. Now, as we all know, the Superstar Shakeup happened last week.
Yeah, and like, ripples went through time, and everybody moved brands, and then that's that for another year. Nobody's ever going to come into contact because it's two separate companies, Adam. Oh.
4 superstars have changed brands this week. Cesaro has gone to Raw, effectively breaking up the bar. Apparently Sheamus suffered a concussion. He is still dealing with that, so they thought it'd be a good time to break up the bar. That's something that I'm absolutely not against.
You just moved them. You just moved everybody across brands. You can't just move them back.
They were on SmackDown, Cesaro to Raw. This is exciting.
This is exciting.
This is a Cesaro singles run.
It's just you just had the Superstar Shakeup.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you, but things happen.
Yeah, I guess.
It's fine.
You need to balance out the rosters. You do.
This is one I'm actually really happy about. He beat Cedric Alexander last night in a decent match, and then he cut a backstage promo where he said essentially nothing. He said, "Do we have to do this now?" and then walked away.
Good.
I'm all for it if this leads to
Cesaro finally getting a mega push.
Well, can you imagine if Seth Rollins retains Money in the Bank, a Cesaro-Seth Rollins match on pay-per-view? That's filthy, Sam. That's filthy.
That's real filth, not that intro you did.
The others, Andrade and Zelina Vega, they were announced as heading over to Raw, and no, they're back on SmackDown now. Both of them have returned to SmackDown. The rumour here is that Charlotte is, of course, dating Andrade. Zelina Vega is, of course, dating.
She's married to Aleister Black.
Married now, of course. She's married to Aleister Black, who is the 4th man to be drafted back. He's gone to SmackDown, effectively breaking up the team of Ricochet and Aleister Black, which is once again something I'm not against, because it was a thrown-together team. I liked all the matches.
Worked really well, yeah. But I think those two guys that you're wasting money. Like it's a license to print money to have them as singles guys. Yeah. So
I'm with you there. I think Aleister Black, when he eventually turns heel, is going to be an unbelievable character. Yeah. Over on SmackDown, apparently another part of the reason for this change, Andrade and Zelina Vega, Fox have requested more Latino stars on that brand because they felt they were underrepresented.
That's the thing, and like with whatever Fox wants, Fox is going to get, and with Andrade as well, they get that double aspect of athletic wrestling, which is apparently the big thing Fox wants, is more athleticism from SmackDown. So
it's confusing in that this probably shouldn't have happened so soon after the Superstar Shakeup, but I don't actually think this is a bad thing.
No, it's sort of like a clean-up thing. It's just like done, and we'll not mention it again. Like they were always supposed to be on these brands. That's just And
finally, we now have 2 matches confirmed for Money in the Bank 2019. We of course have Becky Lynch versus Lacey Evans for the Raw Women's Championship, not the SmackDown one too. Last night, Lacey Evans attacked Becky Lynch following her match with Alicia Fox.
Yeah.
But the other, after this man defeated Baron Corbin.
It's a big deal, that.
It's a big deal. Well, he retired Kurt Angle.
He did.
We're getting Rollins versus AJ this soon. AJ's just come to Raw, and now we are getting for the Universal title at Money in the Bank, Seth Rollins, AJ Styles in what will be a hell of a main event. And hopefully,
graphic.
Yeah, and hopefully one that we'll see for a couple of pay-per-views. I don't just want to see this
I want to see this as a series. Yeah.
I mean, what else can you say about it?
Best of 7.
No more of that. It's a dream match. It's absolutely a dream match, something that people have been clamouring for an awful long time.
Yeah.
And it would have been a very disappointing end to Raw had we known that Baron Corbin was going to be the one facing Seth Rollins in what would be a match. So, no, come on. Rollins AJ is going to be absolutely unbelievable. I can't wait.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, what else can you say about it? Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. You can follow us on Twitter at Cultaholic. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Cultaholic. If you enjoy what we do here at Cultaholic, you can pledge to us on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Cultaholic. And most importantly, don't forget to hit subscribe and join us.